Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make Nigerian rock buns and soft puff puff. Very delicious, very easy to prepare, and also very flavorful. If you're not subscribed, please click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment on how your puff puff and your rock buns comes out. So let's get right into making this delicious Nigerian snack. So these are the ingredients. I have melted butter, sugar, cinnamon powder, flour, salt, baking powder, eggs, and cold milk for the buns. So I'm going to add my flour into a bowl. Then I'll add salt, just half teaspoon of salt. I'll add my sugar, cinnamon powder, baking powder, then my cinnamon powder. Then I'm going to mix everything together, all the dry ingredients. Once I'm done with that, I'm just going to create a hole in the middle, and I'm going to crack my eggs in. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to add my melted butter, and I'm going to mix everything together so the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients mix up very well. So I'm going to start adding the milk gradually. You don't want to add the milk all at once so it doesn't get too runny. So I'm just going to mix it, and I'll keep adding the milk gradually until I get the consistency that I want. So I'm just going to use my spatula to mix it. And I'm going to add more milk. You want to make sure that your milk is cold. So I remove the milk from the fridge that has been chilling in the fridge for some hours, so it will make the buns rock. You know, it is rock buns. So I'm just going to keep mixing. So this is the consistency I want, but I'll keep mixing to make it very fluffy. So this is the right consistency we want for our rock buns. And you can see how fluffy it looks. I've been mixing for about 6 minutes. So I'm just going to cover this and allow it to rest for about 5 minutes. I already have my oil on medium heat, so I'm just going to start frying my buns. I washed my hands already, so I'm going to use my hand to scoop and make that round shape. Buns doesn't need to be very perfect, but just try to make the round shape. So I'm just going to scoop and I'm going to add into the oil, just like so. And you want to make sure your oil is hot, not cold, so that the buns will not soak oil. So I'm just going to turn the bun to the other side so that it will also fry as well. This should take about 7 to 10 minutes. And you don't want to put too much heat so the buns don't get burnt. So my buns is ready. I'm just stirring it, and I'm going to take it off heat right now. So I'll just allow the oil to strain, and I'm going to put it on a kitchen towel. And this is how our Nigerian delicious rock buns is looking. I'm just going to fry the whole batter until it is finished. So I'm done frying our Nigerian buns. Look how it looks beautiful. Like, it is crunchy, it is delicious. You should try this out. So beautiful. So now we're going to make our puff puff. So I have my sugar, I have flour, milk, egg, I have yeast, I have banana flavor, and I also have salt. So I have my flour in my bowl. I'm adding my salt, I'm adding the milk, and my sugar. I'm supposed to add the yeast at this point, but I totally forgot. I don't know how I forgot. So I'll just mix everything up. Then I'm going to add my egg. Puff puff doesn't really need like too much egg like buns. Then I'm going to add my banana flavor. This is optional. Then I'm going to start adding warm water. You don't want to use cold water and you don't want to use hot water. Warm water, and I will mix gradually. You don't want to add everything at the same time. You keep mixing until you get the consistency that you want. You're going to see the consistency for the puff puff. So I'll just use my hands like the buns. Okay, no, the buns I used a spatula, but I'm going to use my hands for this one. And I'll mix. And this is the consistency that we want for our puff puff. So I'll just keep mixing. This is it. You know, I forgot the yeast, so I'm adding it now, but you're supposed to add it when you're mixing all the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to mix it right now very well. It still works. Mix so the yeast goes inside very well. So I'm just going to use my cling film and I'm going to cover this. I'll just drop it on the kitchen counter and allow it to rise for about 30 minutes. So this is 30 minutes later and our puff puff mix is ready. It has risen and it is ready for frying. So I'll put back the oil on the fire and allow it to heat up, and I'm going to start scooping my puff puff into the oil. So this is what I'll do. Just like the buns, I'm going to fry it for about 7 to 10 minutes, and you make sure that the heat is not too much so the puff puff doesn't end up very brown. You just want it a bit golden brown and soft. Then I'm going to just turn it over. Puff puff is very stubborn. When you're turning it over, it will still flip back, so you need to just keep turning it until it finishes frying. So this is ready, and I'm just going to take it off heat and also drain it in the paper towel. So our puff puff is ready, very hot and very soft. Can you see how it looks delicious? I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.